Good morning. Today is day 4 and right now I'm gonna be driving to work. It's the last day. Yesterday was the last day I was having a day off. I had 4 days off, so that was very lovely. I had enough time to rest. I had enough time to create and start Conscious Business Accelerator. I still have a lot of work to do on the modules and homework because in the 4 days I was off my 9 to 5, I committed to putting time for my projects that weren't finished, painting and working a little bit on my website and posting videos on YouTube and other social media like Facebook and TikTok. So today is my first day going back to work. I work at Men's Wearhouse, and actually I'm very blessed with the team that we have. We build really good team. Everybody is taking responsibility. Everybody is honest, and all the young kids that we have are willing to work, and I'm in the leadership position. So the things I am working on while I'm working there is the leadership skills, which while I'm still working there, and even though I'm tired of 9 to 5 rant, just exhausting sometimes, and it's not even that the job is making me do certain things. It's an enormous amount of customers, that busyness. That's why I'm not too excited about the word business, because to me it sounds like busyness. So I prefer career or entrepreneurship. Makes more sense to me. And this is also one of the reasons I started this video journal, because I've gained faith that I can break through this rat race and leave my 9 to 5 to pursue my passion full time, which is arts, creativity, and spirituality. And while I'm working on developing how it's gonna look as a whole, I am doing my best to remain loyal to the source within, listen closely and attentively to it, pay really close attention to my internal guidance system, because I am aware of that being there. I know that I have a lot of spiritual guides that are guiding me in the direction that I need to go, and it was a matter of me releasing and decluttering certain stagnant beliefs, programmings. There you go. There you go. To finally experience freedom that I desire. And right now I am within myself. I'm working on establishing a firm understanding and remembrance of what the true self really is, remembering who I am most of the time, my internal divine authority, this is most important to me, and then remembering that external environment is the mirror of my internal world. And as long as I maintain this focus, I believe, and I'm certain that I get to experience the changes in my external environment. This is why I also stumbled upon this Conscious Business Accelerator program from Aaron and Victor. Right now, I am curious how it's going to be back at work. There's gonna be maybe new people hired. lots of updates. At Menswear House, we sell suits for those who's watching. If anybody's watching, if nobody's watching, that's okay. I'm talking to myself anyways. But I sell men's suits, and I became really good at that. I became really good at many things I do if I keep doing them. And we are about to go into prom. And I have faith that this time around, even though it probably still will be busy, I project it will be way more organized. There are certain tools we're implementing into work that we still have to get used to. Biggest thing for me is learning delegation. Delegating stuff to the part-time employees. Stop doing a lot of things by myself, because I find my mind maybe not necessarily getting bored, but always wanting to do something. So I find projects for myself to work on, whether it's organizing the sales floor, whether it's cleaning up in the back, when most of people would choose to sit down and be on their phone, which is, when it's absolutely dead, that's fine. However, feeling responsibility of being at work and using the time that I'm paid for to actually do the job that I contracted to do, I feel responsible for doing that job or finding other things to do to work on. Very rarely I allow myself to slack, or maybe not even slack, but if I find a big time gap where I have feel of being accomplished for the day, I feel like all of my duties of responsibilities are checked and I've assigned other people to work on certain things, then if I have a breathing moment, I may sit down and do a sketch, or do a short video, or work on editing a YouTube video of sorts, or maybe work on my website, which is rare, but I also am blessed that our boss is very flexible himself. He's not perfect either, but because he also realizes our human nature and not being a complete jerk about it, he's very, very, what's the word? He's not extremely demanding. He will remind us about the rules. He will delegate certain things to us. He will hold us accountable and responsible for a lot of things. But this is also, I feel like, is a good way we kind of kept humanity within the corporate environment in our stores, little organism. Because with people that we've hired in the past that were not fitting into the vibe that we have in our team, they dropped out very quickly, whether they were talking too much without doing enough, whether they were refusing to do something, or whatever that may be. Some people were hired and they weren't, just energetically, they weren't able to stay within the team, even though the work itself is like any other retail job, probably, from the part-timer's perspective. And I'm excited to go back just to see other people, to see my team. And I'm almost there. And another good thing, today I motivated myself to wake up earlier, 6 a.m. I live in Illinois. It was still dark. And I was able to put in my routine, which is eye exercise and alternate nostril breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, candle exercise, and meditation. Those are tools that the gentleman I'm in a relationship with is teaching in his meditation workshops. If anybody is interested, we can put it out there. If anybody's watching. nice sunny day today. It's been kind of cold at night, and it's gonna get up to 50 degrees during the day, and I'm very grateful for the very short winter that we had in Illinois. We just had a couple days that were cold, and it wasn't as terrible cold as we had last winter or winter prior. That was the mildest winter ever. And one of the routine things, the gratitudes. So today I'm also grateful for the good weather. Today I'm grateful for wonders of this world. Today I'm grateful for my 9-to-5 still, because it pays me a stable income. And I'm also grateful for more motivation and inner flame that drives my desire for freedom. And the way I see freedom is being able to create on my own terms, being able to use my time in the way that is convenient for me, prioritize my interests in a way that aligns with my inner source. I'm grateful for rediscovering and hearing the source inside of me rather closely. I'm a big advocate for Abraham Hicks. A lot of things that I've learned from Esther Hicks channelings is the biggest relationship that you get to build is with the source within. And this is something I apparently always had connection with, but I couldn't quite align. And as I said before, recently it's aligned more than before, and I'm really enjoying this. I am not even grasping to that anymore. I'm holding it tightly and still yet allowing it to have freedom to guide me in certain directions. Life is a trip. That's quite curious. I get to experience shifts in my physical body in the sense of healing. My skin feels a little bit better. My spine feels a little bit better. Last night I had some body aches basically throughout my whole life, and back then I didn't know I had them, but now when I'm aware of them and I'm using this technique I developed for myself to look internally within and listen attentively within, targeting the pain, pointing out the pressure point of where the pain begins, and literally looking inside and literally listening to that pain, and I find myself releasing it, and it feels magical to me. And even though that condition I was living with in my back still there, I feel so much more ease. And this is something I'm working on aligning, first as an idea, secondly, I don't know how it's gonna be yet. I'm gonna need to figure out how am I aligning the inner vision and how I get to share it with others, because it doesn't seem to be so easy to explain. You have to experience it. And how do I explain it to others? Sometimes when I try to explain it to other people who are more spiritually inclined, it still sounds bananas. However, I do understand that miracles exist. Going to Dr. Joe Dispenza workshops, people have miraculous transformations in their physical bodies. People start walking up from wheelchairs, walking outdoors. People have tumors disappearing, and that's definitely a thing, which makes me think, if I can heal my body by simply paying attention to my body from inside of it. It's not like I've done it before. I made 32 cycles around the sun. In those 32 cycles, it's been only a couple or 3 weeks that I've actually firmly grasped that my inner vision, my inner internal dialogue is what shapes my physical vessel and the rest of my environment. So now there's going to be a lot of reversing happening. If you're watching it, tell me what you think. Tell me if it sounds bananas or if it resonates. I've almost arrived to work. Thanks. If you're listening to me, thanks for listening to me blabbing about my thinking process. I am committed to make at least a video a day. I'm curious how it will work out. Today's day 4. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the spring. I'm grateful for new beginnings. I'm so excited to see my bonsai tree that's gonna sprout in 1 to 2 months. Now I'm thinking about 1 to 2 months. It sounds so long. Yet I get to imagine when it sprouts. Oh my god, this is so exciting! It's gonna be so lovely. It's already lovely. I already see it sprouting. Another thing, living in the present moment. Recalibrating myself to the present moment seems to be the most precious thing I've been able to conjure up within myself so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm happy with this. Let's let it go. Still being drawn to the past and to the future, getting too excited. Certain things come up that challenge my responsiveness, whether I respond or react. Yet I think I'm managing well. This is day 4 of my diary. Thank you very much if you're listening, and I see you tomorrow. By the way, Lana, I love you. And if you're not Lana, I still love you. You're great. Okay, I just left work. It's been about 8 hours. I'm glad I didn't post the video earlier because I had a lesson at work. We got new training that we have on iPads. We have special systems through which we train. And today's training was about coaching and how we get to coach each other, that it's not necessarily the managers who are coaching employees, but everybody coaching each other. And one of the lessons was from Simon Sinek. He spoke about the art of listening, and I really liked it because this is something that was with me for the past couple of weeks, maybe almost a month. Once I've identified that I get to listen to my inner body, my physical aches, my thoughts. When I'm thinking a thought, I'm also speaking the thought without speaking it out loud, and I'm listening to the thought at the same time. I'm the speaker and I'm the listener. And what that video taught me today in the art of listening is that as long as we want to make sure we don't just hear other people, what they say and what words they list, but we want to make sure that other person feels heard, feels that they've been understood. And that is that is an art of its own. So this is something I wanted to share, and I'm glad to put it in there. See you tomorrow.